Gog and Magog are mentioned in 4 books of the Bible, in the book of Genesis, 1 Chronicles, Ezekiel, and Revelation in the New Testament. Though often thought of as an inseparable pair, a closer look at these scriptures reveals otherwise. Genesis does not mention Gog at all. It only refers to Magog, a grandson of Noah. Now this is the genealogy of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And they were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. Magog was a real person, born after the flood to Noah's son, Japheth. In the 1 Chronicles, Magog appears briefly in chapter 1 verse 5, repeating Genesis chapter 10 verse 2, confirming Magog as Japheth's son. Gog's name appears later in the genealogy of Jacob's sons. In 1 Chronicles chapter 5 verse 4, it states, "The sons of Joel were Shemaiah, Gog, and Shimei." This places Gog as a descendant of Reuben, Jacob's son, born centuries after Magog. Clearly, Gog and Magog did not live at the same time. Ezekiel chapters 38 and 39 mention Gog multiple times but refer to Magog only twice. God commands Ezekiel, "Son of man, set your face against Gog, of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against him." God foretells Gog's attack on Israel and his subsequent destruction. "You will come up from your place out of the far north, you and many peoples with you. It will be in the latter days." God promises to judge Gog with pestilence and bloodshed. Ezekiel chapter 39 continues this prophecy, culminating in God sending fire on Magog. Ezekiel prophesied during the Babylonian exile, long after the lifetimes of both Noah's grandson, Magog, and Reuben's descendant, Gog. Thus, Ezekiel's prophecies do not refer to these historical figures but to a place or nation opposing God. Revelation chapter 20 links Gog and Magog as symbols of evil in the final battle against God. It describes Satan's last rebellion. Now when the 1,000 years have expired, Satan will be released from his prison and will go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, whose number is as the sand of the sea. They went up on the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. This is the only verse in the Bible that mentions Gog and Magog together. The Apostle John, who wrote Revelation, likely drew on Ezekiel's prophecy to describe the ultimate defeat of Satan and his forces. Both Ezekiel and Revelation depict Gog and Magog as forces opposed to God, symbolizing the ultimate conflict between good and evil. In these prophecies, Gog and Magog represent Satan's followers, destined for destruction in the final judgment. The Bible uses these symbols to warn of sin's dire consequences and to assure that righteousness will ultimately triumph. God calls us to live faithfully, to be among the camp of the saints rather than the camp of Gog and Magog.